Hi, thanks for tuning in. This is Mike Ferry TV. My name is Jared Zimmer. I sell real estate in Cedar City, Utah, and I also coach for the Mike Ferry organization. Mike has asked me if I would talk to you today about the importance of pricing property in today's market. Now, why this is going to be so critical is we're starting to see markets level out or flatten, and in certain areas even decline a little bit. This is actually normal in a flat market. A lot of areas for the last 3 to 7 years, depending on the market you're in, you've seen insane appreciation. So price honestly wasn't a very big issue. You could list it for 5, 10, even 20% over, and you were still receiving offers. In a flat or leveling market, you're probably not going to see as many multiple offers, and you're probably going to have to price it fairly aggressively in order to get it sold. So before we start moving forward, let me just ask you a quick question. Do sellers want to hear the truth in regards to the price of their property? Now, it's kind of a loaded question. We know we want to be honest. So the answer would be no, but they deserve to hear the truth. Now, how are you going to tell the sellers the truth without offending them, and in order to get the point across, in order to get the listing and or get the price adjustment that you need in order to get the listing sold? You're going to have to become market experts in regards to statistics. So before we start moving too far forward on here, what market statistics are going to be relevant? So something I would suggest, it would be helpful to know the total number of homes in different price categories that each seller is competing with. It's going to be very helpful to know how many expired over the last 30 days, so we know the activity in the market. It's also going to be very relevant, very helpful to know how many homes went pending and how many homes sold in the last 30 days. This is going to give you what we call an absorption rate. It's going to tell you how many homes are selling at a current rate for what's active on the market. Now, you're going to want this information so you can help educate the sellers so they know exactly what's going on in today's market. Why this is going to be an uphill battle, most real estate agents, the media, the news, they're probably not catching on to what is happening in today's market. We know the media is usually 6 months to a year behind what's actually happening in today's market. So a lot of your sellers are going to be hearing what is unrealistic. This is where you want to know your market statistics. You want to educate the sellers. I couldn't stress that enough. You're not telling your sellers, you're educating your sellers in regards to the reality of the market conditions, the reality of what's selling, and the reality of what buyers are supporting. So let's roll forward real quick, and we're looking at you're going into a listing presentation. You're getting new listings. So what information is going to be relevant? In an incline or an appreciating market, a lot of us could go back 6 months, 12 months, and pull sold comps. In a flattening out market and what could be a little bit of a declining market, I would suggest you go back 3 months and you use pending inventory. So this is going to give us a real-time snapshot of what's actually happening today. So what happened 6 months or what happened 12 months ago is really not that relevant in terms of what's happening today. So again, we want to show the sellers realistically what's happening in today's market versus what happened a year ago. We want to educate them because some of the sellers or some of the agents that you're competing with are going to be showing them different information. You're going to want to educate the seller on the reality of what's happening. Let's go. So technically, Mike is not in the house. So let's be honest. Have you ever taken a listing and it hasn't sold? Are you sitting on any inventory right now? So that would be most of us, right? So now we're going to go in regards as well as pricing, getting the right price to get the property to sell. I'm going to suggest as well, everything we're doing right now to get the listings we're taking now, educate your sellers that you currently have in terms of what's happening, what needs to happen in order to get their home sold. So again, what I would suggest doing is send weekly information, that's WEEK, weekly information to every one of your sellers, educating them on what's happening in the market. Show them the absorption rate for different price points, different categories of properties, and what's happening in your market. Educate your soon-to-be sellers and your current clients of what's going on. Go back every single week and educate them with the market statistics. So if you have some listings, some clients right now, I would also suggest you're calling them every single week, going over the market statistics, letting them know what's relevant in order to get their home sold. What I'd also suggest is every other week, I would push heavy for a price reduction. I don't think I would personally suggest hitting it hard every week unless the client happens to bring it up. The reason you're going to push hard every single week, after 2 or 3 phone calls or 2 or 3 weeks of you hammering the price on every call, the seller might kind of start dodging your phone call. So if it's every other call, you're addressing the market statistics, addressing what needs to happen in order to get the home sold, and then addressing the market stats, you're helping them ultimately get educated on what needs to happen in order to get their home sold. Okay, let's do a quick recap. So what we talked about today is the importance of pricing in today's market. The importance of knowing your market statistics, educating your sellers in terms of what it's going to take to get their home to sell, and giving your clients, your current listings, your current sellers, a weekly update in terms of what's happening in the market and what it's going to take to get their home sold. I wish you the absolute best. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you have a coach, please discuss this with your coach. Let's go out and list some property. Have a great day. Thanks.